Hello all. If you're new here, it's awesome to have you with us. And if you've been part of this community for a while, you already know we dive deep into the stories shaping America right now, breaking them down in a way that's simple, human, and real. So, grab a coffee, get comfy, and let's talk about something big that's happening ahead of the November 2025 elections. The U.S. Department of Justice just announced that it will be monitoring polling sites in California and New Jersey during the upcoming general election. Now, that might sound routine or even technical at first, but trust me, it's a really important move when it comes to protecting the heart of democracy, your right to vote. So, here's what's happening. The Department of Justice, or DOJ, said it's sending personnel to observe polling locations in 6 different jurisdictions across 2 states, specifically Passaic County in New Jersey, and in California, the counties of Los Angeles, Orange, Riverside, Kern, and Fresno. These monitors will be on the ground making sure that voting is fair, accessible, and free from any kind of intimidation or discrimination. And that raises a pretty interesting question. Should federal officials be watching over local polling places, or should that responsibility stay entirely with the states? It's a debate that's been around for decades, especially since the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which gave the DOJ authority to protect voters from discrimination and ensure equal access to the ballot box. Now, according to the DOJ, this monitoring isn't about taking over local election operations. Instead, it's about oversight, making sure federal voting laws are followed everywhere, no matter which state you live in. Their team will include members from the Civil Rights Division, the U.S. Attorney's offices, and other federal personnel. Basically, they're there to observe, collect information, and, if needed, respond to any reports of voter suppression or accessibility problems. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This kind of federal presence can mean different things to different people. Some see it as an important safeguard, a reassurance that someone's watching to make sure every vote counts. Others, however, worry it could feel intrusive or politically motivated, depending on how it's handled. What do you think? Do you feel more confident knowing federal officials are keeping an eye on polling sites? Or does it make you a little uneasy that the federal government is so directly involved in local elections? Either way, the DOJ says its goal is simple: to uphold transparency, accessibility, and confidence in the election process. And let's be honest, confidence is something America really needs right now when it comes to elections. We've all seen how divided opinions can get after an election, and having neutral monitors can help ensure that everyone, no matter what side they're on, trusts the process just a little more. Another part of this announcement that really stood out is how voters themselves are being encouraged to take part in protecting their own rights. The DOJ said that anyone who experiences problems at the polls, whether it's intimidation, discrimination, or accessibility issues, can report them directly to the Civil Rights Division. They've even set up hotlines and email contacts specifically for Election Day. It's basically an open invitation for citizens to play a role in keeping elections fair. And that brings me to another thought-provoking point. How much responsibility do we, as regular voters, have to ensure election integrity? It's easy to assume that government agencies will handle it all, but in reality, transparency only works when people speak up, when voters notice something wrong and actually report it. So maybe the bigger question is, how can we all be part of protecting democracy, not just by voting, but by paying attention? The DOJ also made it clear that this isn't the first time they've done something like this. In fact, monitoring polling sites is a long-standing tradition, especially in areas with large or diverse populations where language access, voter turnout, or past complaints might warrant extra oversight. Think of it as a preventive measure, a way to make sure things stay fair before any major issues even happen. And while this might sound like a straightforward government operation, there's a lot of symbolism here. In an election year where trust in institutions can make or break the country's unity, federal monitoring sends a message that no matter who you are, where you live, or how you vote, your voice matters, and there are people making sure it's heard. Now, let's pause for a second. If you had the power to decide where monitors should be placed, what areas would you choose? Would you focus on large urban centers, rural towns, or swing states? The way you answer that might reveal a lot about what you value most: accessibility, fairness, or maybe just peace of mind that every vote gets counted properly. So, as the November 4th elections get closer, here's what the DOJ's move really tells us. Democracy doesn't protect itself. It takes oversight, cooperation, and yes, accountability. The Department of Justice's decision to monitor polling sites is part of that bigger mission to keep elections transparent and free from discrimination. Whether you agree with federal monitoring or not, it's a reminder that voting isn't just a right, it's a shared responsibility. All right, friends, what do you think about this? Do you believe these monitors make elections more secure, or do you see it as unnecessary federal involvement? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments. This is one of those conversations that really benefits from different perspectives. And as always, if you found this breakdown helpful or learned something new today, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with others who care about voting rights and election transparency, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more balanced, thoughtful discussions on the stories that truly shape our country. Thanks so much for spending time with me today. Stay curious, stay engaged, and remember, your voice matters more than ever. See you in the next one.